How did Shedeur Sanders not let the outside noise of being Deion Sanders' son impact his journey to becoming a top quarterback in college football? Shedeur grew up in Texas. His father was Deion Sanders, primetime, two-sport athlete, and a star. His mother, Pilar, an actress, a model, produced TV shows, and has a following of her own. And growing up with Deion as your father, how could you not want to play football? Shedeur started at 8 years old. He also played baseball and basketball, but as he got older, would focus on just the one sport of football. He was a quarterback, and before his high school career even began, he was receiving college offers. Was it talent or just the last name? People would have their opinions, but the Sanders camp would not care. Shedeur would work to get better. He worked with quarterbacks coach Jeff Blake to try and improve his throwing form wherever they could find a field to work. And Shedeur would start high school at Trinity Christian in Cedar Hill, Texas, where Deion was his offensive coordinator. He earned the starting job as his freshman, and the outside noise would get louder. He only earned it because his dad was the coach. They would let the results speak for themselves on the field. In his freshman year, they went 12-1 and won a state championship. He had over 2,300 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, and another 3 touchdowns on the ground. By now, Shedeur's recruiting really started to pick up, and he was only getting better. He won another state championship his sophomore year, and his junior year, he completed the three-peat with his dad as his offensive coordinator throughout. Him and his dad had a routine. Before every game, they'd walk from the sideline to the end zone and back. During that, Deion would go from a father to a coach. He was hard on his son, but that's what he needed to get the best out of him. He finished his high school career with over 800 completions, 12,500 passing yards, 166 touchdowns, and an astonishing 47-5 record. He was a 4-star by ESPN in 24/7 and ranked as one of the top quarterbacks in his class. And during his junior year, he had committed to FAU, a surprise to some given the big names of his other offers. But he wanted to play in Florida and carve his own legacy. But that would never happen. Shedeur never played for FAU. He never even arrived on campus. The commitment didn't last long because Jackson State had gained an edge that no other school could compare. Deion Sanders was their head coach. Shedeur trusted his father more than anyone when it came to his development. He knew he was going to put him in the best position to succeed. He joined the HBCU with a historic flip. He enrolled early and watched the spring season from the sideline, something Sanders has called super beneficial to his development. And his freshman season lived up to the expectations. He won the conference's Freshman of the Year, Jerry Rice Award for most outstanding freshman in all of Division I, becoming the first player from an HBCU to win that award. He passed for over 3,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, and there were a lot of eyes on Jackson State. By next season, expectations and viewership would get even higher. Travis Hunter, the #1 recruit, would be joining Jackson State, and Shedeur would have a new favorite wide receiver to throw to. That season, he threw for over 3,700 yards, 40 touchdowns, won Conference Offensive Player of the Year, and the Deacon Jones Trophy as the nation's top HBCU player. He then entered the transfer portal, and there wasn't much of a question where he'd be going. He was following his father again, this time to Colorado.